just nipping up the allotment to put a few broad beans in, and I noticed the other day there's the brambles have started growing again where the council's cut down that horrible hedge thing up by the bank. So anyway, Ronald Shaw at Ronald Shaw's car park gardening thingy, he's challenged me or tagged me to do the 6 questions. Put over a bit. Yeah, the 6 questions. The first question being, what was your best crop of 2018? Well, I had loads of decent crops, to tell you the truth. Carrots, tomatoes, courgettes coming out my ears. But I think my favourite would be the potatoes. The yield wasn't so good this year in the bucket. It's alright, maybe, you know, half a kilogram down or something like that. But I won 5 or 6 classes in the shows. 5 out of 6, yeah, sorry. And what was good about it was I made my own compost up with peat, sphagnum moss peat, Q4 professional powder fertiliser and calcified seaweed. So although the yield wasn't very good, the quality was pretty good. Yeah, so would I do it again next year? It was a lot of hassle, maybe not, I don't know yet, but like I said, it's 3 months to go. Probably will. Question 2, worst crop of 2018? Well, that's a no-brainer. That's those grafted tomatoes I tried. I've always done well with tomatoes. Hydroponics, Vitapods in the front garden. They got a little solar array on them. Oh good, there's nobody here. They got solar panels on them, so they've got a little drip feeding pump cuts in when it's sunny. Obviously it doesn't work at night. But yeah, I've always done well with tomatoes. But I thought I'd try and get more yield this year, and by grafting some high yielding and disease resistant tomatoes onto decent rootstock. Sorry, other way around. High yielding tomatoes onto disease resistant high yielding rootstock. Anyway, not a single one where they either damped off or the grafts didn't take, or they just fell over. So anyway, I shan't be doing that again. Oh, get a bit close to the wall here. Yeah, like I said, just coming up to put a few broad beans in and cut the brambles. So I'll carry on in a minute. Oh, question 3. What would you do differently, or lessons learned? Well, there's loads I do different, really. I think the one that stands out most is to get up here more often, get up the plot more often. You know, work 8 hours a day, whatever. Yeah. By the time I've finished, all I want to do is go home, really. But I need to get up here. Give it the attention it deserves. You know, little things like a bit more weeding, because when I do get up here, there's so much to do, the enthusiasm dims a bit, you know, and then all you want to do is get home again. So here's those brambles growing up there, let's see. Get those down in a minute. Yeah, so that's what I do differently. I'll give it the attention it deserves. Question 4. Oh, what was your biggest challenge of 2018? Well, I've got 2 of those really. Always the gardening shows. I always push myself to do too much. It's disappointing sometimes. I get a bit stressed out, I suppose you call it. But it's good fun. But sometimes, like I say, I do too much and stressing. Vegetables, I'm not saying vegetables are easy, but vegetables, it's objective. You enter a vegetable class, you say a potato, 3 potatoes. White round potato class, 3 of them. So as long as you've got white potatoes and they're round and there's 3 of them and they look the same and there's no blemishes and no diseases, then you'll get points, you know, you may do well. But with the cooking, it's very subjective. It's cake. It's the best. Does the cake look good? Does it taste good? And it's all down to the judge's opinion. So it's very subjective. So you know, if you get the wrong judge, you haven't got a chance really. Sometimes. I will think my cake's not taste nice. But yeah, right. Second challenge for 2018, which is probably more important, was I've given up drinking. I've not touched alcohol now since October the 6th. I haven't missed it at all, to tell you the truth. It wasn't difficult. I didn't think it would be, but you know, I was drinking too much. I was drinking for the sake of it, you know, and I suppose that makes you like a latent alcoholic. We're planting that one. Will I ever drink again? Probably, maybe, I don't know. Might have a couple at Christmas, might have a couple of rums at Christmas. Won't miss it if I don't, tell you the truth. So, that was the two challenges, or the biggest challenges of 2018. I'm sure there'll be more in 2019. That's what life's all about, challenges, isn't it? Question: what are your plans for 2019? Well, it kind of ties in with number 3, really. You know, what do you want to do more? Anyway, I want to get rid of this loam mound here, where the potatoes were just now, and I'll put it in all the beds. So, I'm gradually going to top the beds up with real soil. I want to get the pathways done. I want wood chip down. I got wood chip, but did it 2 years ago, but it just disappears. Like just here, like, I mean, it's not really tidy, but you can see a bit of wood chip left down there. I want to get it all done so it's nice and neat. Maybe put another bed in there, just extend that one a bit. And just sort of square things up a little bit, get the path straight. Get that frame straight, you know. I mean, that compost bin, believe it or not, is nearly straight. It's just everything else isn't. Yeah, just things like that, really. Just tidy it all up a bit. Make the most of what I got of the small space, you know. And up there, well, I don't know really. I'm going to plant some chamomile or something like that, and try and get some decent soil under the sheet in there. Get some strawberries in, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. Yeah, finally, question 6. My 3rd attempt at doing this. I tried it first off driving back from the allotment, but the camera fell over. I tried it here when I was potting up the bare rooted strawberries, but it was so blooming windy I couldn't even hear myself talk. So anyway, I'm doing a voiceover. So, question 6. Who inspired you in 2018? And believe it or not, this is probably the easiest question for me to answer. And the answer is every single gardening YouTube channel that I subscribe to. Right from the newest amateur with a bare plot of land, right up to the professionals that grow to live, and the other professionals that film on YouTube to make a living. I'm going to mention a few, and don't be offended, guys, if I don't mention you, because you're all fantastic. You're all doing a great job. I'll start off with a guy who has to grow the same as me, in containers on his front drive, and in fact it's Ronald Shaw in his car park growing area. A couple of expats, William Coleman's garden allotment, excuse me, and Southport David Urban Farm, both doing very nicely overseas. And don't forget, of course, Clarisse's French gardening. And while we're offshore, we got Ryan, a little dirt never hurts. Funny guy. And this guy just doesn't give in. He lives and grows over in Canada, and very short growing season. He built the crappiest polytunnel ever, and that's his words, not mine, I'm afraid. And it blew down. And did he give in? No, he didn't. He's already halfway through building his next one, so looking forward to that next year. While we're over there, we got Rob, the sapper gardener. He grows what he can in his yard. That's American for garden, in case you didn't know. He makes some mouth-watering American and Filipino food. Brilliant. Terry, a robotic allotment gardener. He's always experimenting and doing things on the cheap, so great to follow. Plot to Plates Ken, down-to-earth advice from him. Nigel, Muddy Boots. I think most people subscribe to Nigel. Great all-round outlook on allotmenteering, and his horticultural show reviews are good. And his idea of putting electrical tape on the pots, that has saved me so much time. Cheers, mate. A couple of newcomers. Kelly at Kelly's Kitchen Garden and Ronna at Island Kitchen Garden. Hats off to you girls up in Scotland there. Or should it be Tam O'Shanter's off? Cliff, Castle Hill Farm. He's just inspirational. I try hard to follow the next couple. No Dig Gardening with Charles Dowden, and Permaculture with Hugh's Nursery. And like I said, there's a host of others. Don't be offended, guys, if I haven't mentioned you. You're all doing great, and if it wasn't for you, YouTube wouldn't be what it is today. And if I can find 3 that haven't done the Roundup already, I'll put their names up in the description box. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like it, click the like button. Why not subscribe? And then if you click the bell icon, you'll get reminders of when the next content comes up. Thanks again.